Good. All right, moving into the news and developments of the week. So, Justine Triet's Anatomy of a Fall has won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, um, making her just one of three women to win the prestigious prize, joining Jane Campion and Julia Ducournau in another heart-wrenching, I don't know, movie that I'll never get around to watching, to be honest. Not on my radar at all.
Yeah, man, this is the movie that, wins all the awards and nobody fucking watches.
Yeah, that's right. And they push like crazy.
Yeah, it's just designed to make you feel sad. That's the only emotion they can get out of you.
It's weird that
I'm sad.
it's weird that Neon snatches up all these movies as well.
Yeah, 3 years in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
And funny enough, last year's The Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah. If we go back to, when was it, 96, 97, we know what movie won the Palme d'Or.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably the best.
That's when they were taking risks.
Yeah. It's the best movie we've seen win the Palme d'Or.
Scorsese is planning another religious feature after Last Temptation of Christ and Silence. So he's responded to the Pope's appeal to artists in the only way he knows how, by imagining and writing a screenplay for a film about Jesus. And I'm about to start making it. So yeah, he met with the Vatican, had a private audience, him and his wife with the Pope, and from there just decided, hey, like, we're gonna do something about it. So don't know.
It's
funny. Could be cool.
He was damn near crucified by the church for Last Temptation of Christ.
Is that Defoe?
Yeah, that's Defoe. Supposed to be De Niro. De Niro was doing something. Yeah, it was supposed to be De Niro.
Okay. I haven't watched that. There's a lot of I haven't watched Silence. There's a lot in Scorsese's. Like, I didn't know that he did After Hours, but you know.
After Hours looks fire though. Like, it looks like a really cool movie. I'm hoping that he sort of just makes up his own sort of thing, because there is what is it, between 12 years old and 33, there is nothing written about Jesus in that Bible. So he must have been doing shit. Like, he wouldn't have just come back and, like, you know, like, what was Jesus like in his 20s? He was wild.
I'm staying alive.
Yeah. How did he know about how did he know he could change that water to wine? He's been doing this for years. I had waterfall parties back in the day, my friend.
I just
you reckon they play it out like a superhero movie?
I just went straight to Family Day. Dad, can I come live with you? Not right now, son. Not my real dad, Joseph.
All right. So with the second extraction on the way, Sam Hargrave was on a podcast and he was talking about if the second one does well, which we know it will. It's got a built-in fan base after everyone watched it during the pandemic. If the second one does well, that third one is like greenlit straight away. So he said, like, you know, it's enticing for Hemsworth, it's enticing for him. Obviously, it's his bread and butter, and it's the only thing that he's kind of doing now. Sam Hargrave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing it. If the second one does well, that's the launching pad. If the third one does really, really well, you know, Stahelski started getting really big gigs after that third John Wick. Then it was like Ghost of Tsushima, all these other things. So
I'm thinking about it. Like, how is it that we didn't get Sam Hargrave to direct Ballerina instead of Len Wiseman?
Yeah,
that just fits better.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the scheduling, because Extraction 2 would have been in production or post-production by then. And Ballerina's, like, they've already started shooting, and yeah. But that would have been fucking sick.
Mate.
Patty Lapone has confirmed that Agatha, Coven of Chaos, will be 9 episodes. It'll be a bit longer than what we've gotten usually in the MCU shows, which are usually around 6 hours. This will be 9. I'm not too...
6.
Yeah. Or if they're a bit longer, they're shorter, but it still adds up to 6 hours of runtime. Roundabouts.
Yeah.
Not really excited. I'm not really excited for Agatha Coven of Chaos. I think the MCU fare that's dropped on TV hasn't been the strongest.
That's terrible.
It's butter spread over too much bread.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Just started watching Lord of the Rings today.
Did you?
Yeah.
You watching
Put on that first bit. Yeah, the 4Ks, yeah.
Yeah, my man.
Had to. Bases off the charts. Tell you that much. All right. Quickly, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu has wrapped filming. Andy Muschietti was speaking about Ezra Miller and Flash 2 and the Flash ending not fully being revealed in those preview screenings that, the guys at CinemaCon got. And there's been some preview screenings here in Australia on May 30th as well. That kind of happened. That was like a competition. Yeah. And apparently the sequel script is done, right? So he confirmed that, yes, if a sequel happens, Ezra Miller will be returning to the role, even with all the allegations and accusations that have kind of been flying around with him, which is crazy. Because, I don't know if they just disappeared Jonathan Majors or what. They just black bagged him. Because he confirmed, well, not confirmed, but he just said, look, no one else can play this role. Ezra Miller's got that on lock. The physicality, the sort of, the performance is just, it's him. So it's not like you can just put someone else in that role. I don't agree with that. There's plenty of actors out there that can do that role. But yeah. So speaking on the preview screenings, if you went to CinemaCon, if you checked out one of those screenings that happened on May 30th here in Australia, that wasn't the full cut. Apparently there is a big chunk of footage that is missing from the end battle and the post-credits that link in with something a lot bigger. I haven't read the spoilers. Dave has. That smug grin in his face says it all. I don't know. What is it, like mad spoilers or nah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sensing Christian Bale.
Not at all.
No. Okay, cool. Well, that's a confirmation that Christian Bale is not in it. But you know what? No. Still excited. Flash is dropping in 2 weeks, so I mean we're going to be there at the premiere. I'm excited for that. That's going to be a big old piece there. Robert Englund has confirmed he's done with Freddy. Doesn't want to do it anymore. Said he's too old. He's also said, because coming off the doco Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story, he said he doesn't want to play the role. He can't fight like he used to. He said he can do one take and he's out. I'm done with that sort of shit. But he has said that if they ever decide to bring anyone else in, maybe Kevin Bacon could have a go at the role. Well, ever since Hollow Man,
that's the
I kind of favorite. Kevin Bacon. He could do it. Just off Sleepers alone, I'm like, not even Hollow Man. Hollow Man, he was great with the effects on him, but in Sleepers, he was a dirty fucker, and he's almost Freddy Krueger without killing him.
Yeah, he's got that with that makeup that he's got on there, like yeah. I don't mind. Englund is always going to be Freddy to me. It's the only Freddy we have.
He really is. I don't think that like Hollywood really knew what they had with Englund.
Not at all.
Like they put out the sequels and stuff like that, but they didn't put the quality into a lot of them either.
No.
There's some that they just kind of went, just fucking put them out.
Yeah, you could tell by the second one, right? And then the quality of the second one is just so much Even the mask and the prosthetic that he's wearing is completely different and doesn't look the same. It's not to the same quality. That was because Wes was a one and done for him. Like he had envisioned it, even though like he didn't want to put that end bit in there. That's what's his face put in, Bob Shea. Even though he didn't want to do that, like he envisioned it as a one and done. Like that was it. Like this is his last house on the left, and then like you're never going to get any more like this after.
Yeah. I wonder what horror would have been like if they had not continued with Freddy like that. If it had just stayed a one and done.
Well, we continue to get Friday the 13th movies then.
So more like the gory sort of slasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of prices.
Yeah. Slasher. Yeah, we'd get more of those. We'd get more. We were heading into the Candyman era and all that sort of stuff with the 90s sort of booming and all of that.
You think Candyman would have hit as well? Not hit, but do you think they would have greenlit Candyman? Because Candyman, I think, gives me more Freddy vibes than it does Jason. Like he's less a slasher and more a sort of what's his face, a psychological thing. Like Freddy was.
Like Freddy is, yeah. But it's the hook. It's the hook for Freddy. Like they knew, like Bob knew, and I'm glad he continued it. But Bob knew that you can't just make one of these films. Like there is so much lore that they built in after the fact.
Yeah.
For Freddy, like it's not until 3 that you learn, hey, shit, he's the son of this nun that was being raped by like 1,000 killers or whatnot. Like it's not until then. And then after that, he what's his face? You find out about his childhood and all that sort of stuff, and what actually happened, and like that. None of that is covered in the first one.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's true. All right, Thomas Kail, who is a Tony Award-winning, he's more of a stage play director, right? Is going to direct the live-action Moana, which also have like musical components and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure in the Heights guy, Lin-Manuel.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel will also, like, because he's got songs in the original Moana, will also do new songs for this. Yeah. Right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, The Rock raps in there.
He's also singing.
Yeah, but like that, I can go on and on. I can, that's
I don't be watching Moana like that. That was like,
you know how many times I've watched the "You're Welcome" clip?
Give me a what's his face. I'd belt it out like a Little Mermaid song or a Beauty and the Beast. My friend.
The Beast had heaters on it.
Yeah, it's true.
John Carpenter says there's potential for a Thing 2. So he's always been pretty coy about who's infected at the end of the Thing. Is it Keith David or is it Kurt Russell?
It's Kurt Russell.
He's always. I always think it's Keith David's character. That's because I liked Kurt Russell's character more. But it is confirmed in the game, in the Thing game, that it's Kurt Russell. But Carpenter said, I can't answer that. That's because, and I don't know if I should say this, but there could be the Thing 2 happening. So take from that what you will. I don't think they kind of will be. Mans is a bit old. I don't think they want to be greenlighting anything.
No, they're not doing that. Especially if Blumhouse is doing that, the book, the adaptation of the actual book. They're not going to want like 2 competing IPs out there for the same exact thing. Like, they don't want to do that. Even though what they should do is create that game. The game story was fire.
Yeah, it was. Because that links into why they were there in Antarctica in the first place, which is pretty cool. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which is dropping in like, I think, just over a month.
Yeah.
Will be his first R-rated feature since Insomnia, like 21 years ago. The movie's rated R for brief sexuality, language, and I think drug use as well. I don't think it's going to be a hard R. I think it's just going to, it just made the R. But I don't know how that impacts how many screens this guy's going to have, the exclusivity that it's going to have in theaters for, I think he gets 100 days of play. But also the returns. Yeah. But also the box office returns, yeah.
So I saw someone post up a picture of the seating plan for IMAX in the US, and there was like one guy sitting all the way in the front, and they were like, why would he book like right there? Because there were so many spaces behind that he could have booked. And these O's started posting like gifs of like Sarah Connor just getting blown up. They were like, this is what's going to happen when the nuke goes. It was just wild. But speaking on that, so Cruise is currently having a massive fight with IMAX because
just gonna say,
they have Mission coming out. Obviously, they have Barbie coming out. And they have Oppenheimer. I think that he should win it. Cruise should win it because there's going to be more people that are going to bring their kids to Mission than Oppenheimer.
Yeah. But weirdly, and I was like, this is like some bullshit here, but apparently the most anticipated movie of the year is Barbie.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer sits like 4th or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't even know where Mission's at.
2. Have to be 2.
Should be 1. Really.
Mission should be 1. It's the movie of the year, my friend.
It is. Call it a day.
I think Dune. I think Dune was number 2.
I would watch that at IMAX.
Same.
It's the only way you get to see that version of Dune.
That's right.
He's not releasing that home video. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is officially back for Fast X. So, I mean, we called it. I'm pretty sure the writing was on the wall. Apparently, last summer, him and Vin just squashed all that shit, and now they're back as best friends. I don't believe it because Vin is always like ready to take on and kill someone because of Fast X reviews or fast reviews, which is just dumb. But with The Rock's movie, it's not like he's coming back and he's reintegrating into the Fast X family, right? He's coming back and he's going to have his own little piece or something. Like he's going to have his own little movie. It's not going to be a Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. It's going to be Fast, but not the Fast family. And then he's going to rejoin in 11. So, I mean, it just seems like a lot of opportunity given to The Rock.
Kind of has to come back. He's supposedly having problems getting movies greenlit now after Black Adam.
Yeah.
Where he himself acted like a little bit like Diesel.
Yeah. I mean, with Zachary Levi, that's the karma right there, baby.
That's it.
It's weird also that the reviews were sweet on Momoa, but Vin Diesel was kind of shitting on him. It's like, that's jealousy. That's hate.
Yeah, that is hate.
Like, you were overacting. That was what the character called for, motherfucker. Not that I've seen it, but do you guys agree with that? Or is that...
Yeah. Jason Momoa kills that shit.
That's what I've been hearing.
He is the best thing in there. You almost hope that they turn him and he becomes a good guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Weirdly. Like, yesterday I was like, they're going to turn this motherfucker. He's going to become part of the Fast family.
Yeah,
and they're going to fight someone even bigger in 12.
Yeah. I'm going to... What do you call it? Alan Ritchson in there will turn on Momoa, and then Momoa will become part of the Fast family because he doesn't have a family.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that'll be the last line, eh?
I took your family.
It's the what's his face? It's the fucking best of the best.
Yeah.
You know when Dehan hovels over there?
As soon as you said best of the best, I went straight to pop.
The what's his face? A son for a son. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I always cries when I hear that. When I
What?
hear him talking about that, and I see them like hugging what's his face?
Spider?
Yeah, because they like just lost their son as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be acting like that. I'd have blown that whole fucking boat.
Yeah.
Tell you that much. Spider might have been God.
It's true, actually. I might have to.
But Spider got to go. There's a bonus episode of Yellowjackets coming out for any of you Yellowjackets warriors out there. It's going to air in between what we currently got in season 2 and season 3 to follow.
Right.
Which will excite those that were excited by season 2 of Yellowjackets. Mandalorian season 4 has been delayed until November because of the strikes. So has the Batman Part 2, which will move from November this year, the shooting start date, to March next year. And sadly, also The Last of Us season 2, which might start filming in early 2024, although Bella Ramsey says otherwise. She's still sticking to her guns and saying at the end of this year. Watching The Boogeyman, yeah, I don't think it's happening this year either. Like, it's for sure next year. But watching The Boogeyman again, that Sophie Thatcher chick looks like Ellie.
She does.
And Chris Messina kind of looks like Joel as well, even though I wouldn't change Pedro for the world.
She does look like older Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Disney is still riding that content removal wave. So they're looking to remove upwards of $1.5 billion worth of content off of their streaming services, which is crazy. They had a little back and forth about some LGBTQ show or movie, I think, that they were told not to remove. And then they said, our list's not finalized. So, I mean, they're playing a political game at the same time.
Who the fuck cares if they didn't fucking watch the show on if they didn't watch it when it was out? Why the fuck do they care if it's going to be removed? For fuck's sake, man. Jesus.
Yeah, it should be a blanket. It should be a blanket thing because everything's getting removed, right? Like they had fucking Willow out for 6 months, and that was a LGBTQ. Like that was a queer show.
Yeah.
Right? Queer led. Like that was gone. No one turned up for it. Yeah. People aren't turning up for that content. And then there's a bunch of other shit that's going as well.
I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Can they claim a loss then and then claim it on tax? We just lost like $1.5 billion worth of like we need this. We need this money, Mr. Government. We need it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's about the tax cuts. Because there's also something not from the government, but from it's almost like the FCC, but for streaming, and they're basically like they regulate how much content do you have out there, because then you should be because you're cannibalizing the streaming market, you should be paying more taxes or whatnot. So if they're taking out shows, they're saying, well, actually, we didn't have this out there, and some of it was only out there for 6 months, and we took it off. So, can I have some more?
Please, sir.
Yeah. They're playing the game. There's loopholes.
So we're going to sell that content to other streaming service providers. Smart.
But that's the next fiscal year move.
That's right. I see.
That's how you.
Iger.
Yeah, that's how you start the fucking cogs just going strong in 2024. And then finally, so Jeremy Renner has confirmed he will be there for the MCU. Fuck the injuries. I'm recuperating. I'm at home. I'm now walking without a cane. And if Marvel asks me to be back, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Which is that's crazy considering what that guy's been through. And he's been getting a lot of play from Disney as well. So they're actually supporting him, which is great.
Yeah.
But that was pre-accident. But they're actually putting that show out, even though he can't do promo and shit.